Excellent!
I was not hammered in the latest tech. What are they talking? That's silly.
I believe them.
It's
I believe
ridiculous.
everything that the fans say.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Awesome Hardware. This is the show that Kyle and I do every Tuesday evening at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, and then we upload each half to our channels. So if you're watching this in the future and you haven't watched the first half, it's over on Kyle's channel, which is youtube.com/AwesomeSauceNews.
That is
this
correct.
channel is actually called Awesome Sauce Network.
You always remember to point that out.
Yeah, but I did it correctly this time.
Yeah, at least you did it correctly. Somehow.
Other
right?
things of note that you should maybe know. One is that I just came back from a trip to China and Taiwan and Tibet. Just got back a little over a day ago.
Which is why you sound the way you do.
So I'm
It's
a
not
little
the beer.
jet lagged.
Although you probably
but
shouldn't
it's
be drinking
okay. We still have a show. We're still going to press on. And
Yep.
oh, you know what I need to do is click tweet. All right. And yes, I've even gone and planned some stuff for you. It's going to be fantastic. I have some tech news, of course. I have some stuff to talk about, my trip to talk about. And then we're going to sword fight, as we almost always do.
I hope you mean metaphorically.
Yes.
Okay.
Metaphorically speaking, of
Just
course.
have to make sure, because you're in a frantic state.
I'm somewhat frantic. If I just start talking nonsense during the course of today's show, well, then that's why. Because I'm jet lagged.
Not the beer.
Blame that on everything.
Okay.
Not the beer. But yeah, we do have a few announcements. One is happy birthday to Coconut Monkey. We said that on Kyle's show, but we're going to say it again.
Happy birthday,
We're
sir.
here today's his birthday. Next is that, oh, you know what I did? I closed those. I shouldn't have closed those.
Here we go.
I at least need mine up there.
This is going to be a fun
Yours
half.
I'm not going to bother bringing back up.
Nah.
But
What? What?
We'll still talk. See, Kyle has a store, awesomesaucenetwork.com/store, and you can buy shirts there. They're quite fantastic. I also have
Thank
a
you.
store, which is store.paulshardware.net, and I wanted to show you guys my store, because you can buy, of course, shirts and stuff there, or you can click up here on glassware, and I now have, believe it or not, glassware.
Hey!
We were demonstrating them today. There's a mug. Wait, here, I should switch back to this. So.
And here's
Let's
half of a thumb screw.
Yes.
Oh, no, wait. Full
It's-
thumb screw.
Yes, this is my new logo,
There you can see
which
it
I'm going to
now.
be integrating very soon into the rest of my logos. So I got mugs, and we have British pint glasses, which is like an English pint glass, but it's British. I mean, it's like a normal pint glass, but it's more. You get 4 ounces more.
Does that mean English
I
people
forgot to
are...
say cheers before I drink.
I
Cheers.
mean
Any
English
of-
people are alcoholics because they want more beer?
it's like a baker's dozen.
Gluttonous fools.
But here's to all of you. Thank you for joining us today.
Yep.
And we hope you enjoy the show.
No glass pipes. Sorry,
No
those are
glass
coming later.
pipes. I talk sense all the time. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Anyway, that's all right for the announcements.
That's it, I think.
Man, that was so much effort to say all those things.
You
All
got
right,
this. You got this, man.
Let's move into some tech news. Oh wait, no, that's your side with the tech news. Move into some tech news. Kyle already discussed some tech news on his half of the show, including some AMD news about the new AMD GPUs, the fact that the AMD Hawaii and down GPUs are going to be rebadged as the 390X and the 390 and all the way down there, and that there's the new Fury and Fury X GPUs, which are the actual new ones with the HBM and all that good stuff.
Very new.
But I wanted to also kind of rebut that a little bit and talk a little bit about the Nvidia side of it, because they also have been discussing some stuff this week, and it's somewhat interesting. And then I'm going to come back to the AMD side of it too. So first off, Nvidia and TSMC, that's a Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation, allegedly tape out the next-gen 14nm Pascal GPU. Now, the weird thing I thought about this article was because the headline up here says 14nm, but then down here it says 16nm, and I believe the TSMC process,
14, I think.
it's FinFET Plus is 16nm.
Oh, okay.
Global Foundries is working on a 14nm, so I'm not sure. But then there's also Nvidia also might want to work with Global Foundries on their 14 nanometer process as well. So, I mean, that's some like more in-depth tech news that I've only just been doing a little bit of reading on recently since I got back. But anyway, these are some slides from earlier in the year. And they're showing look at this lowly progression here of Maxwell, and then look on this chart separated by 3 of these large lines. We have Pascal up there.
We don't even know. Do we know what the
no,
y-axis
no, it's
is?
an Nvidia presentation. They never label the y-axis.
Of course.
But
Hype.
there's some interesting
It's just hype.
stuff here. Oh, I also wanted to point out that when it says tape out, that is a term in semiconductor manufacturing, and I wanted to explain what it is because that's another thing that was pointed out in the comments. The article doesn't seem to have 100% correct. Taping out is the final result of the design cycle for integrated circuits or printed circuit boards. It doesn't mean they've actually produced a working prototype. It is the point at which the artwork for the photomask of a circuit is sent for manufacture. So it means they have the layout for the silicon down in the modeling program that they've yeah. Anyway, just wanted to clarify that a little bit.
Cool. It's like a final design, basically.
Yeah. So moving on down, some information about Pascal. It's expected release, by the way, is Q1 2016, so that's not too far off. And this is the big Pascal GPU, so the GP100. That's as opposed to, like, right now we have the GM200.
Yeah.
So that's the bigger chip. Now the past couple launches, Nvidia has launched, like the 750 Ti, for example, was the first Maxwell chip, and that was based on the smaller one. Or the 980 came before the Titan X. So they were launching the smaller chip first, but it seems like here they might be going back to doing the big chip first with the GP100. Some of the benefits they're working on with this new architecture is 3D memory, of course, which provides more bandwidth and capacity. Mixed precision, which provides 3 times the precision of Maxwell. And NVLink, which is the ability for multiple GPUs to be connected at very high speeds. Also has 2.7 times more capacity than Maxwell. And then what NVIDIA is expected to be using here is actually HBM2, or High Bandwidth Memory version 2, whereas HBM version 1 is what Fury and Fury X are supposed to be using.
Shots fired.
So that, yeah. But I mean, granted, this isn't launching next week,
Right.
Or at least being further discussed next week.
Of course.
And then the speculative information about the chip size is 500 and 550 millimeters square, or square millimeters for the chip size. It's 4,500 to 6,000 shader units, 4096-bit DDR memory interface, HBM2. So they have confirmed HBM2. They don't. The 4096-bit DDR memory interface is speculative. And then confirmed up to 32 gigs of HBM2 memory.
Wow.
32 gigs. And
Mother
then
of
gamer
God.
variants with 16 gigs.
It says only
on there.
only 16 gigs.
Yes,
And
gamer variants will only have 16
And
gigs.
the HBM2 type, it says here memory bandwidth of around 1.2 terabytes a second.
Yeah.
That, I mean, the bandwidth, that's almost double HBM1.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you probably already said that, but
I don't know if I said that.
looking at the
I
recently
might have.
released specs of the Fury X, it's
Yes.
like 500 something gigs per second. This is literally double that. So
Yeah, so HBM2
impressive.
is pretty awesome, and it's cool that even now, when we're just now, supposed to be seeing the first HBM1 based GPU launch in the Fury and Fury X very soon, that HBM2 is also right around the corner, because I mean, memory performance is just really, really integral to overall GPU performance.
yeah,
And
I think
And
the
that's fun.
prevalence of like the rising up of 4K has a lot to do with that as well.
yeah, so it looks like Nvidia will be able to punch back, even if Fury does come out and smack them around a little bit. But that's good. That's what we want to see, is competition between the two companies, and we want to see both of them doing well. And I'm really curious to see Fury and Fury X bounce out. But what I'm also curious about is what AMD has coming next. So I already kind of alluded to that, and now we will talk about it. This article is actually this article's been out for a couple months. but AMD's Greenland GPU. So right now they're working on the Pacific Islands? Or the volcanic islands? Yeah, volcanic islands.
Okay.
With Hawaii and Fiji.
Right.
Yeah, next they're moving to Arctic islands.
Ooh.
So you remember how with the Hawaii launch, you and I were able to go to Hawaii for that AMD thing?
We're going to be going to Antarctica.
Think you want to go to Greenland?
Greenland, yes.
I mean, who knows?
I'll say Greenland over Antarctica.
We'll start hitting them up and see if we can go for the Greenland launch.
Sounds cool.
But Greenland is supposed to feature HBM2, and this is 14 nanometers, and also coming in 2016. So this would be the R400 series to follow up on the Furies and the 390 series that they have right now.
But it doesn't say Q1, does it?
Doesn't necessarily say Q1,
Okay.
but again, this article is already a couple months old. It was just sort of a related article that I hadn't seen before that popped up, and so I wanted to kind of run down it really quick. So yeah, Global Foundries is using the 14 nanometer FinFET process, and they want to make use of the second generation of stacked graphics memory. And down here, there's more stuff. I'll scroll down to it. All right.
Sweet.
So HBM overall specification: the first generation has 2 gigabits per DRAM die, 1 gigabit per second. Speed per pin, 128 gigabytes per second bandwidth, and 4 high stacks, giving you 1 gigabyte total. Second gen has basically 2 times 4 the DRAM per die. Has double the speed per pin from 1 gigabit to 2. Bandwidth doubles, and capacity either quadruples or is by 8. Depending on the stack. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
That's HBM2, and that is what AMD is working on for their next generation.
Just really quick, going back to the 14 nanometer Pascal.
Yes.
Do you have any predictions on what the I guess the branding of those video cards would be? Do you think Nvidia is going to go like the 1080, the 1060, GTX 1070, or do you think they're going to go back to like the 100s, like keep it a 3-digit number, or do you think they're going to go completely a different way, like a complete revamp of, because this would be the opportunity to do it if they were to try something new, but I'm just kind of curious.
And it's definitely going to be a new series.
Yeah.
I would see them doing something new, like going back to 3 digits maybe, or I don't know. Well, seems like they keep cycling back and forth. Like right now, AMD is going through the 200 series and the 300 series that Nvidia already went through.
Right.
Back with, I think Nvidia skipped 300, didn't they?
Before my time.
No, I'm sorry. This is not a good time for me to rely on my memory. But yeah, I would see Nvidia going with something completely different, simply because it is such a leap forward when it comes to like the architecture and the high bandwidth memory.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
to set it apart that much more from what they've already done.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
We'll see.
What would you name Nvidia's next line of GPUs? Let us know in chat. I think Beef. The GTX Beef.
God.
Right? The flagship card would be like the Beef XT.
The Beef XT?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that could work for them.
Sounds like an Eddie card for sure.
All right, so that's all for GPU news.
Sweet.
For now.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about some storage.
Hard drive news?
Real quick hard drive news.
Oh, yeah.
This is not brand new, but HGST has a 10 terabyte drive. I think we might have talked about it. They revealed it in September. It's a 3.5-inch drive that uses first helium-filled drives, but it also uses SMR, shingled magnetic recording, which is basically like your magnetic recording, but it overlaps them. It's the simplest way of putting it.
Okay.
And yeah, these are called the UltraStar, and they're actually now available on the enterprise market. And that's all. I mean, there's more information on this tech report news story here. Oh, by the way, Hexus was where we got that last story from, so good job there.
Cool. And I think consumer grade hard drives, I think we're only up to 6 terabytes right now? Or are you at 4?
Yeah, 6.
6,
I
yeah.
mean, you can maybe get 6 in some capacities. So yeah, 4, 6, and jumping all the way to 10. And yeah, I'll be excited to see some 10 terabyte consumer drives
Absolutely.
maybe come out.
Yeah.
And it seems as they need to with the speed that capacities are starting to leap up with when it comes to SSDs.
Yeah.
1 terabyte SSDs are starting to become a little bit more like, I don't want to say commonplace, but they're a little bit more frequently seen.
Yeah.
But
We're
yeah.
not too far behind. Still pretty exciting,
One
though.
thing about this is because it uses shingled magnetic recording, the speeds as far as read and writes are not necessarily as good as you might see, but I mean,
Okay.
it makes more sense for enterprise space. But for example, yeah, you're going to get something more like 157 megabytes per second reads compared to the last generation that had less capacity, which was over 200. That's on reads, by the way, and writes can be down in like 68 megabytes per second, I guess. Yeah, so not fantastic, but I mean, we're talking about archiving and that sort of thing.
Right.
It makes a lot more sense to have more capacity in a smaller space.
Yeah. Reliability is also more of a priority.
Indeed. All right, we mentioned this a little bit on your side of the show,
Yes.
but now we will confirm it. Xbox One controllers have been compatible with PCs, I think, since they launched, but you had to connect it directly with a micro USB cable. They're finally launching the Xbox One controller PC wireless adapter.
Fun.
Available this fall. $25 is the cost, and you will
reasonable.
be able to use your Xbox
One.
One wireless controller.
Cool.
Yay. Now, I'm not sure if I'm interested. I'm just not sure.
You know, the Xbox 360 controller works so well already.
Yes.
And controllers aren't exactly like an impulse buy because they aren't the cheapest things in the world. So you'd really have to be like either without a controller altogether or just with a controller solution that you're really not happy with in order to go for this.
But I mean, the Xbox One controller by itself, I think, is $50. Or it might even be more. I think it might
that
be
sounds
60.
pretty on the low end, yeah.
Yeah, but it's already very expensive. And the bundle they're going to sell that has the wireless adapter and one controller is going to be $80.
Okay, then it probably is about a $60
So
controller.
yeah,
$5 save.
it's expensive, and you can get Xbox 360 controllers for much less than that.
Yep.
And the Xbox 360 wireless adapter, which I have one of in there, can connect up to 4 controllers, and it's very functional. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't used the Xbox One controller enough to be like, I really like this or anything.
Right.
I do like the Xbox 360 controller for when you need a controller with the PC.
Right.
So I don't know. I guess if you already got an Xbox One, maybe, then for $25,
Yeah.
you know, if you've already got that built in there. But I'm not going to be rushing to upgrade from my 360, I guess.
Yeah.
Be my.
Do you think this is kind of like maybe one of Microsoft's ways that they're trying to get more people to adopt Windows 10?
Well, that's the part of the story that I hadn't mentioned yet, Kyle.
Oh, okay.
But since you bring it up,
Well,
that's
then,
the other half of this story.
how appropriate.
Is it also requires Windows 10. Now,
The caveat.
it's stupid. It's stupid that it requires Windows 10.
Yeah.
I'll just say that directly.
Yeah.
It's also stupid that this is playing. Does this have audio? I hope not. I don't like when Microsoft blocks stuff until you upgrade to the latest version of Windows.
Right.
That said, you know, I'm going to use Windows 10, and they have. I need to reread the stuff about the Windows 10 upgrades and which ones are actually free and which ones will cost you money.
Right.
But I'm probably going to upgrade to it and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's free, whatever.
Yeah. Ultimately,
Better compatibility support.
phooey on you, Microsoft, for artificially blocking this unless you have Windows 10.
Right. Because there was some interview with some hotshot at Microsoft. I think actually he was the lead of Xbox. I should know his name, but I don't. But there was an interview that he did either with PC Gamer, I forget who, but it was basically all about Xbox integration with the PC and how the whole time he was just saying like, yeah, our primary focus is joining forces between Xbox One and Windows 10, and we really want to start catering to PC gamers because it's all the same thing. Because eventually Windows 10, their vision is for Windows 10 to just be on everything.
Yeah.
It's going to be on Xbox One. It's going to be on PCs. So they really want to bridge that gap. And the whole time he's talking about, I want PC gamers first and foremost. Like they're a huge priority for us. And you see something like this, and you're like, okay, maybe that's true. But then as soon as you see that it's only for Windows 10, then it's like, okay, is this just a play to convince more people to switch over to Windows 10, more so than like actually building a relationship with PC gamers? Is this really for PC gamers, or is this more just like switch to Windows 10? Because remember their whole ambitions thing?
Yeah.
Like 1 billion devices by this year, 2017, we'll have Windows 10. Like,
I think they're.
So I don't know.
I think they're trying to prevent erosion of the Windows market, and especially people who have like moved on from even having like a regular PC that they go to, you know, when they've moved to like tablets or using their smartphones or whatever, or like they have more Android stuff now, so the PC isn't as important to them. I think they're really trying to reach out and grab as many people as they can right now and say Windows 10.
Yeah.
And, you know, it seems like Windows 10 is, from functionally standpoint, is they're going in the right direction. Right. But I think they feel like they need to recover from a lot of the mistakes they made with Windows 8, for example. And they need to get as many people as they can, like Windows 7 users who might migrate somewhere else. You know, Windows 8 users who are like have managed to deal with it, or especially people who are outside of that realm and aren't using Windows much at all right now, to get them onto Windows 10. And I understand that, but but creating blocks like this from stuff that, you know, there might be somebody on Windows 7 or Windows 8 who might be interested in this and be like, I'm not ready to move to Windows 10 yet. You know, I want to wait for a service pack or the equivalent.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, though.
Yeah.
Now you guys know that that's what you will need if you really want an Xbox One wireless controller. And if none of you care about Xbox One wireless controllers, then you probably didn't care much about that story. But we talked about it anyway.
Yep.
All right. I have one last little bit of tech news. Tech news, sort of. It's I don't know. This popped up on my feed, and I was like, oh, I'll share this with people because I believe it's available till Friday. GreenManGaming has a 20% off. Like I think it's everything right now. All the games.
I've actually never
look,
been to GreenManGaming.
It gave me this special offer code. I'm not logged in or anything, so I don't think this is unique to me. But there you go, guys. Use that offer code. Which is funny because a second ago it had something else. Hot deals, yeah. Alright, so see, it's down here. 20% off digital games. Voucher ends June 12th. Yeah, so I think that's through Friday. That's UTC.
Off of any game on the site?
I think it's everything. This code is down here. 20%-ent off-June 20. I don't know. It seems to work right now. I am told that this works on all their games, including Fallout 4, Batman Arkham Knight, and The Witcher 3. So if you're looking for some of those new titles...
But Fallout 4 is not even out yet.
You might be able to pre-order it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, 20% off games, that's a decent amount.
Cool.
So
it looks like that site that Steve introduced us to, Fast to Play, where people resell their
GreenManGaming.
keys.
GreenManGaming is slightly more. No, I mean it's more Fast to Play.
That's what I was gonna say. This looks way more legit.
Yeah.
Than
GreenManGaming has been around for a little while.
Granted, I've gotten my last 5.
I
Windows
think I've
8
bought 1 or 2
keys.
games from GreenManGaming. But yeah, you can get them and give you a Steam key or whatever. Yeah. So there you go, guys. Little gaming. And no, I'm not an affiliate of GreenManGaming or anything like that. It's just
Paul gets 10% of every purchase that you make.
I actually own Greenman. I am the Green Man. All right. Guess what we're gonna do next?
Sword fight?
No, we're saving sword fight.
Oh, we're gonna do.
We're gonna do
slideshow from
Computex?
Computex?
I've been at Computex, and I've also been in China and Tibet. And I'm going to show you guys some pictures.
I hope
it's going to be.
I hope they're not too scarring.
No, they're not scarring. They're very nice pictures. It's not a lot of pictures, but I was putting stuff together, and you know, I'm jet lagged and hazy, and I'm like, maybe people want to see some pictures and see where I was.
Okay.
The last week I was in Taiwan at Computex and stuff, but about 10 days prior to that, I left on May 20th. I was in China. I went to Beijing first, and then I went to Xi'an, which is where the Terracotta Army is, the Terracotta Warriors. Then I went to Lhasa, Tibet, and then finally went back to Taiwan.
Sweet.
So whether or not you guys, oh yeah, slideshow. All
right, let's
Wait,
see it.
I even made.
You made a lower thirds for it.
I did.
Nice.
We had a few minutes before the show. I thought somehow.
That's why we were late, because we thought we had a few minutes before.
We usually think we have a few minutes. All right, so
it worked out.
We're gonna do a slideshow here.
All right, let's see it.
I'm supposed to have things set up. All right, so we're starting off in Beijing, and this was a touristy tour. We went with a tour company, and
all tours are touristy.
So here's some pictures. This is Tiananmen Square. Very historical place in China. All right, I am not authorized to speak on Chinese history or anything like that, so any mistakes I make as far as historical reference, there's also some things that I'm not going to talk about in depth because they're politically sensitive. All right, but here's where Mao's body is buried.
Mao Zedong?
Buried, yes, Mao Zedong,
Nice.
Chairman Mao. I guess he wanted to be cremated, but they were like, no, we're not going to do that. We're gonna freeze your body or refrigerate it, and it comes up.
Bring you back to life 30 years later.
No, I don't know if they're still
androids
planning on doing that, but it comes up on a platform every day, and there's just lines and like there's. I don't think I put a picture of it in this slideshow, but there's just massive line of people.
His body comes up on a platform?
Yeah, I mean it's enclosed and refrigerated.
Can you see through it?
I think so.
You can see his
body?
body?
People wait for like 2-3 hours, and you go in there and you have like 30 seconds to like shuffle past and see Mao's body. But I mean, he's an insanely popular character. I mean, I don't say character, but in Chinese history, he's massively influential. I mean, especially in the last 50, 60, 70 years.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, this is at the other end of Tiananmen Square, which is the entrance to the Forbidden City, and there's Mao's picture on the front still. This is where, in I believe it was 1959, he announced the, was it 1959 or 1949? Crap, I think it's 59. He announced the founding of the People's Republic of China, and the foundation of their communist government there. Yeah, there's his picture, looking much younger than he actually was when he died.
Yep.
And now here's a picture inside the Forbidden City. Ooh, it's not forbidden anymore. There's still parts of it that are forbidden.
Because you can take pictures
There's
of
a
it.
Forbidden City. They also have these lions. You know, they have lions out in front of everywhere. So note the look of this lion. This is a female lion because it has a cub under one of its feet.
Oh.
The male lions have a like the earth under its other foot or something like that.
It.
There's another kind of blown out picture.
Did you take these pictures with your Lumix?
Yes.
Nice. They look good.
Thank you. Some of these were a little bit overexposed on this thing, and I don't know if anyone notices, but there's actually a fleck of dust on my sensor, and it kills me.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to go and fix it later. Anyway. All right, I noticed an interesting thing in China, which was that there were lots of signs that told you not to do things, certain things. I mean, granted, there's this in the U.S. and everything, but
That's a lot of things.
I got kind of fascinated with it, starting with this one, because this was listing all of the things that you're not supposed to do.
No trumpeting?
I was like, yeah, so no trumpeting.
Oh,
no. I think that's horn. Like you're not supposed to use your horn. Like littering, right? All right, no dogs. This is like, don't plant flowers by the lake. That's all I can.
What?
I don't know. No. That's not what it is. But what is this? That's a flower by a lake, right? That's all I can tell it is.
Don't pick the flowers.
Don't pick the flowers.
It's probably don't take any flowers.
Yeah, don't
like
pick the
people
flowers.
taking
That makes
flowers,
sense.
Yeah.
No
arrows.
No arrows.
No broken arrows.
All right.
No feathers. No feathers.
No antique rifles.
You can't wear anything with feathers on it.
No fires at
fires.
all. Okay. No. Look at this. Look how cocky this person is sitting there.
No yoga.
How casually they. I don't know. Yeah.
No sitting on the
no
fence.
ice skating, which seems. I mean, I guess in winter that's more of a thing. And no
kickball.
standing on a person's head. See, that's his head. That's no. You can't stand on another person's head. Anyway.
Okay.
Moving right along, though, this is the Temple of Heaven. It's circular because circle represents heaven and square represents earth. A little bit of news.
That's so
It's
Chinese.
also blue because blue is, I think blue is the sky or blue is heaven. So there's a lot of blue. There's also a lot of people there. Does anyone read Chinese characters and can tell me what this sign actually says? Do not portray.
It says do not portray.
I know, but what is it supposed to say? No, Delslow, this has not been the whole stream. I'm just showing some pictures. And this is not a lot of pictures. This is
Completely out
gonna
of
take,
context.
I'm trying to move through this
I
quickly.
promise we were talking about tech
Anyway,
earlier.
do not portray.
Let us know
whatever.
in the chat what that means.
No, they really don't like bullhorns at all.
No horns.
This is in the Ming tombs, and this is actually the marble thing. Well, this is where the emperor's ass was. Emperor's ass was right on that thing there. And now it's
Got to
covered.
preserve the ass
Now
sweat.
it's covered with money. I also wanted to show this because this is your handicap access.
What?
Right there.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
People just go down that thing in wheelchairs?
To the Ming tombs. I didn't see anyone, but
How much more handicapped do you become after trying to
all right.
scale
So people
that?
are saying no pictures. It means no pictures. That thing before.
Do not portray.
The do not portray. That's what I thought, but it's
Don't
in a
portray
really
these
weird
in
place.
digital form. Okay.
And I took pictures of the sign that says "Do not." But well, if it said "Do not take pictures," I wouldn't have taken a picture of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
It's their fault.
yeah, this is your handicap access. All right, moving on to the Great Wall, because we
Sweet.
went to the Bottling Wall, which is the very touristy
Bada-ling,
Great
bada
Wall.
boom, like I always say.
And of course, the first thing is a do not. So
Yeah.
no climbing on the battlements.
No rubbing your ass against
Very, very
foreign
important
objects.
there. There's me. Look, there's me at the Great Wall.
Look at you, all smug with
I
your
know.
YouTube
I'm like,
shirt.
hey. I also am wearing a YouTube shirt in China, which I thought was just very funny
Because they
it's
had
blocked
it
there.
banned.
And you
Yeah.
can see the Great Wall up there behind me.
That looks great.
There's another picture of the Great Wall. As you can see, it's a bit smoggy, unfortunately. A little bit of haze. But look how far it goes. It's like down here,
Yeah.
and then this is like the area where we joined. This is the side we walked up. We walked up this side. It's steeper, so there's no people on this side. Other side was super crowded. And it goes all the way over here, and then all the way down this thing down there.
Oh, wow.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's huge. And there's other, like, we passed other, there's the Great Walls, there's different sections of it. It's pretty cool to walk on. Don't walk on the grass, though.
Of course. No feet massages.
Also noticed in Beijing, freaking every street is just lined with flowers, like roses. I mean, these are like nice flowers, and you notice there's no trash on the streets or anything like that. So, I mean, yeah, they've done a lot to clean up the image. Granted, it was fairly smoggy there. It wasn't as bad as I've seen in some pictures, but
You
here-
weren't like having a hard time breathing or anything like that.
no,
were you?
it wasn't that bad.
We live in LA, so.
Yeah.
used to it.
There's the bird's nest from the Olympics. Guys, my slideshow is almost done, I promise. Because now we're moving to Xi'an and the Terracotta Warriors. There's me as a Terracotta Warrior.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Did it just have a hollow
Awesome.
back? And you were
Yeah,
able
you
to
can
step
go up
up?
there and pose in it. This is actually the Terracotta Warriors factory where they make little Terracotta Warriors.
Oh,
Isn't that cute? And also life-size Terracotta Warriors, which are very expensive.
wow.
And yes, you can buy them. They pack them up in a big-ass box like this. And in fact,
Jeez.
a couple from our group bought one while we
Oh my
were there
God.
to have shipped back to them. It's
How
like
much are they?
it's about 2,500 or 2,23 or 2,000 to 3,000 depending on what you get. You can also have your picture, like they'll take your picture from all sides and they will like make your face onto the terracotta
They'll
warrior.
custom make you into
Yeah.
a terracotta warrior?
It's
Were
fascinating.
those actually, so the ones they're selling, are they actually from that pile right there?
So
From
here's
are they originals?
so the reason they took us to the factory, our tour, I liked our tour. I feel like they were like giving us some real stuff, you know, like
Yeah.
like as far as, so they took us to the factory, say like, look, here's the factory where they make them in the same style that they used to make them, using the same clay that they used to make them, and they kiln them using like the old method. Like they showed us some of the kilns that they have there, and they kiln them for like 8 hours or something like that. Whereas at the actual Terracotta Warriors place, which is what we're looking at right now, this massive facility that they built over it, there's sellers here that will sell you, that will come up to, you know, they have little trinkets and stuff, but they're like, you know, cheap knockoffs, and they don't kiln them for long enough and stuff like that. Anyway, that's what they tell you, and then you feel much more happy about buying their stuff. But anyway, this is the Terracotta Warriors. Guys, if you don't know what they are, the first emperor of China. This is old. The Great Wall stuff is like maybe 600, 800 years old, depending. Well, I mean, it goes back older than that, but the ones you go to now were from the last two dynasties. This is from the first emperor of China. And yeah, he he had all these terracotta warriors made so that he didn't have to sacrifice this many people in order to go into the afterlife with him to protect him.
Some firm religious beliefs there.
So instead he invested many man hours in making these terracotta warriors.
To save lives.
Yes, and then these are to protect him in the afterlife. Yeah, so some of their heads have fallen off. Some of them have been reconstructed. Also, they look like, clay right now, but when they actually first unearthed them, they're painted very vividly. And they've stopped excavation of them because they're trying to work on a method to preserve the paint. Anyway. You can see there's a guy walking out here. Apparently, I think you pay extra or something, and then you can go walk out among these guys. Very interesting. Anyway, all right, so moving on to last segment of my slideshow here. Is this taking too long? No, it's all right.
You're good.
This is the Potala Palace in Lhasa. Lhasa, which is the holy city of Tibet. Tibet was formerly the capital of Tibet. Tibet-China thing, I'm not going to go into that.
Okay.
Very, very politically charged, but I'm just going to talk about the history, not the history, but just the stuff we saw. This is the Potala Palace. It was built in like the 1600s. It's up on the hill here. The red part is the, oh shoot, I'm going to get this backwards.
Looks like it belongs to like the Colombian drug cartel.
No, I mean, the fact that this was built when it was built and how huge it is up on the mountain and everything. There's a red part and the white part. One part is for religion, one part is for the government governing, and I'm sorry if I think the red is for the governing part. No, I think it's the other way around. My apologies. Anyway, but that's actually the view from our hotel.
Nice. You see it right there.
Window.
There it is.
That's where, so that was kind of cool. Anyway, we went around and visited some of the temples that were around here. You notice the lions that I showed you earlier?
Another cub, a little cub. That's a female.
But you notice the bright colors here?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very different. And the cub's kind of happy down there.
I know. Looks like they have a good, healthy relationship.
Anyway, very vivid colors everywhere here at the temples in Tibet. Like incredibly vivid. And all these colors each color represents a different thing, and I was told what each one represented at the time, and I don't remember anymore. I drank some Lhasa beer. Beer from the roof of the world. Kind of fun. It was fairly light. That's yak. This was yak on sizzling yak on pebbles or something was what it was called, and I was like,
it is on pebbles.
That sounds interesting, and it actually was on rocks. I thought it was the pebbles was a name for something that was gonna be edible.
Huh.
It was good. It was like lean beef. Anyway.
Yak.
We went to a monastery. So this is crap. I forget the name of the monastery. I'll look it up later. Anyway, this is a monastery that we went to. That's where the monks go to learn.
To burn themselves?
And here's the part I wanted to show you guys. I have a video, and you might be able to... This is the debating courtyard. So at a certain time of day, all the Buddhist monks at this monastery go to the debating courtyard, and guess what they do in this courtyard? Yes, they debate.
They have their own little sword fight segments.
Oh no, wait, where'd it go?
It's adorable.
I think oh no, shoot. Crap, give me just a second here.
What have you done?
I thought I had the video ready to go, but apparently I don't. Hold on.
Those are all the monks.
These are the monks.
Monking around.
It's way too big right now. So they debate in this courtyard.
I like their uniforms.
It's really, really quite fascinating. And they have these hand movements that they do. So there's a positive and a negative that they will slap their hands with. And as they're debating, so you'll notice they're hitting their hands like that, and that's like when they're asking a question, like that guy did. He just did a good one right there.
Yeah, he did.
And they're very animated. And I don't know if you guys can actually hear. But
so they're literally having a conversation?
They're debating. They're doing philosophical debates with each other, and as they make points or whatever. This is just how they talk. And one will sit and one will stand. I forget, one is like the questioner and one is the responder or something like that, but they switch off. You see, like he's just like, yeah, how about that then?
Wow.
Then, yeah, this is how they...
That's some intense debating. I'd like to see some political debates done this way.
That would be interesting.
Throw on a robe and just start smacking your hand around.
Anyway,
sweet.
That's the debating courtyard. Oh, there's a picture of it too. And there's Potala Palace at night. Yeah. They put lights on it. It looks pretty cool. And there's another picture of Potala Palace.
Wow, look at those clouds in the back.
If you saw 7 years in Tibet, he spends time there with the last Dalai Lama.
It looks huge.
And people walk for holy places like this. People walk around them multiple times
For good luck.
It's not for good luck. It's because they are. It's like the more difficult the journey is to get to something, the more it purifies you.
Ah.
And yeah,
No junk, no soul.
Yeah, this lady here is prostrating herself in front of it, so they'll walk a while and then they'll say a prayer and then they'll prostrate themselves and stand up and keep moving on. And we were there during a holy month, so there were lots of people there, lots of pilgrims.
Wow.
This is going up to Patala
Culture,
Palace.
man.
This is the view from the top of Patala Palace. This is another view from the top of Patala Palace. It's quite beautiful. Lhasa is at 12,000 feet, so it's very high up. So it's a little chilly, even though
You're
it's
almost
summer.
entering Highlander territory there.
Here's the temple, the temple in the parkour. I forget what the name is. And
they do parkour there.
And lastly, not the parkour.
Oh.
Lastly, we went to an actual tea house where they gave us like milk tea. It wasn't the butter tea with yak butter, but it was very authentic. That's the only picture I'm going to show of it. Finally, I just thought this was funny.
The Noffert farce.
That seems legit, right?
The Noffert farce.
That seems legit.
Yep.
Okay.
That's how I know it.
And how about that picture?
Sexy.
I took this picture. All right, this is the
phone?
last picture in the slideshow. This is not with my phone.
Oh, this is
This is Taipei.
Yeah.
From the top of Taipei 101. And yeah, I went there for anniversary dinner with my wife, and we had a beautiful dinner, and we got there right at sunset, and I was like, I'm gonna take pictures, and yeah, I got this one.
It kind of looks like the surface of the Death Star.
Yeah, it does.
You can see a little bit, a few TIE fighters in there.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Anyway, very happy with that one.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Glad you had a good trip.
Thank you.
I'm going next year, so prepare yourself.
To Computex?
Yes, after the wedding.
Should. Oh yeah, after the wedding's taken care of.
That's right.
Get that nonsense out of the way.
Yep. Let's get it behind me.
Okay. It is. On the time, we're not too bad on time. All right. So I have sword fight topic. I have Computex loot, and then there's supposed to be Q&A. But
okay.
Let's see how things go.
All right.
What should we do next?
I mean, depending on.
Should I do my loot?
I mean,
no, I gotta do loot.
Okay.
I gotta. What? Are you saying we're over?
No, I mean, I'm just saying we're 2 hours in.
We're 2 hours in. Well, that's because yours went too long.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I have a bag of loot. A lot of it from Computex. Some of it otherwise. And I wanted to share the loot with you guys because people sometimes ask me about stuff that you get at shows and stuff. So the first loot is the actual bag itself, which is an Aorus. They make like high-end gaming laptops, and they're just like, hey, here's a bag, and I was like, sweet, it's very nice padded blue orange. Orange.
You notice the shade of blue.
Yeah.
Got a hint of blue on the edges here. Just a nice blue
everywhere.
trim.
It's yellow and gold.
Brilliant blue accents.
Black and gold.
Black
all right.
and
So
blue.
this isn't from. I wanted to hand this to Kyle.
Ah. They're little chickens, and there's little seeds right there, like little chicken seeds, and then a little ball, and you go like this. Oh. Yeah. Who needs video games? I can do this all day. I don't need a fancy monitor.
That's all you need.
Fuck.
Anyway, this is for my my nephew.
That's brilliant. Brilliant.
That's from China. Okay. What else do we have in here? Oh, I got you something.
You did?
I did.
No.
I wanted to give it to Kyle on the show here.
That's
now
uncalled for.
Well, here let's preface. So in Taiwan, you can go to these underground malls, and they have clothing stores, and you can often get pretty. I mean, fairly inexpensive clothing, but they have like really poorly translated English shirts.
Yes.
And it's always a goal of mine to go there and just get one shirt that's like a poorly translated English shirt.
English is what we like to call
but I
it.
mean, a lot of them are just either really too terrible or
don't make any sense at all.
Yeah, don't make any sense, or just the quality of the printing is bad or something like this. But I did find this one, so I got this one. This one's for me.
Clothes fun.
It says clothes fun.
It's just got a skull on it.
And there's a skull on it, so yeah, I'm gonna.
Clothes are fun.
I'll wear that on a future show. But I got you this one.
Oh no!
I'm just gonna let you discover it on your own. Let's see.
This is a Blink-182 shirt.
It's red.
Shit happens. You're invited to. Oh, what?
that's the point.
Inhibition
It
by.
falls apart towards the end.
It says shit happens, which I agree. And then below in the subtext it says you are invited to an inhibition by, and then it's got a British flag.
No, it's a green and it's the totally wrong colors. Yeah,
Right.
it's like you think it's saying something to you, but then you get to the end and it's just complete, like, because it's ENHIBEITION,
Which isn't a word.
which is not a word. Anyway,
What's an inhibition?
I think there's skulls on the arms.
Inhibition.
or something like that. So I better see you wearing that.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna wear this to the next awesome hardware.
All right, what else we got here? This is a clamp with a tablet holder on it. This was $5.
Oh, that's fun.
Not bad.
That's clothes fun right there.
I needed something a little bit more sturdy for that. All right, so Computex loot. I got a G-Skill Polo. Fantastic. I got this is a little headset or
That's a
Steel
nice headset.
Steel Series Flux.
Steel Series is cool.
Yes, nice.
Let me check that out. Let me see
Okay,
this thing.
you can take a look at that.
Steel.
All right, BitPhoenix. Went by there and they had their new Alchemy 2.0 LED strips that are magnetic. These are the shorty ones, just little short, like 7 LED ones, but they have magnets on the back, so it makes it a lot easier to install.
You realize the side of
Put wherever you
this headset on the ear cups, it says "Flex yourself."
Yes, it does. Flex yourself.
That's awesome.
There's a mouse pad. That's silly. Oh, I finally got an MSI Dragon.
Oh,
Isn't that cute?
adorbs.
The dog keeps trying to eat it. But there's MSI Dragon. What else?
You got little wings.
Like a battery backup pack.
Oh, this is sexy.
You get lots of USBs. You get USBs with like press kits on them and stuff. Here's something from Rocket that I thought was pretty cool, which is, wait, here it goes right there.
I like this one. USB fan, and
USB
it says Rocket.
fan
Look,
with
it says-
LEDs on it.
It says Rocket on it. That's fancy.
Or if you want a competitor, you got a mobile one.
Oh.
This was from Fractal.
Oh, nice.
And it says, "Step into our world." And
A whole new world?
Yes, TMG magnetic. Swedish design, Scandinavian design. And it says a few things, and it's so the only thing I wish on this one was that you could turn off the LEDs, like being able to toggle them on.
You can do that on this one.
No, I mean on neither of them.
Oh, okay.
You can.
I love the minimalistic Scandinavian design that they've gone with.
Yes, I'm sure Fractal designed that.
I think the air cooling is really
and had it
one of
manufactured.
its outstanding features.
Also at the Fractal booth, we got this LED strap, which is completely useless.
What is this? What is an LED strap?
LED strap. That's mostly it, I guess.
Take this to a rave?
More USB. And MSI G series. This is from the MSI press conference.
Are any of these USB sticks USB 3?
I don't know. But Kingston.
Those are.
Kingston had a USB 3.1 Type C.
Oh.
Very mini data traveler thing. It wasn't super fast. It didn't really take advantage of the USB 3.1 speeds.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wow, you got a lot of stuff here, man.
Yeah, I like the fans best. Those are fun.
Did you? Was it? Because I know, like, I've been to plenty of conventions as well, and half the time you just end up with it. It falls into your lap. The vendors give it to you. But were you ever like seeking out swag? Because I know a lot of people go to conventions and they're like, "This is just stuff that was handed to you." So imagine had you been like trying to go from booth to booth, you would have needed another one of those backpacks to actually fit everything on.
I was also like, I already had souvenirs from China and everything, so like, I was already like knew that I was low on space, so I didn't ask for much.
What is it supposed to be?
I think it's a cell phone, maybe.
Oh, it looks like an old phone.
I don't know.
Cool.
Anyway, that's all my swag. Sweet.
Awesome.
All right.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this on the show now. Just point it right at myself. I'm trying to keep the LED. The LEDs are so distracting.
Why does it say stop playing?
Because it says stop playing. Wait, and it says something else. Start
Playing with yourself.
I think it's
probably
start,
what it says.
I think it's start gaming. Yeah, stop playing, start gaming.
Oh, okay.
Which sort of makes sense,
I
suppose. Anyway, all right.
They're German.
Let's move on to the next segment. I have another
All right.
segment.
What do we got?
Sword fight. Sword fight.
Sword fight.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to pee soon. By the way.
How soon is soon?
10 minutes.
All right. 10 minutes is fine. We'll be done in 10 minutes.
Sweet.
All right. So here's some news stories that you might have caught this week about robots.
Oh, DERPA?
Yeah. This is
The DERPA squad?
so the DERP.
It's actually
Why
DERPA.
can't I get rid of that stupid thing? South Korean team wins $2 million at the DARPA Robotics Challenge.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, so there's
making
this
a
DARPA
DERPA
Robotics
robot.
Challenge, and people have to make robots, and then they have to. This lady's talking. Yeah, the robots have to go through a series of tests where they have to do a bunch of tasks that a human could probably do, but these are designed for like dangerous situations. You know, like if there's a bomb,
Natural
or
disaster or
natural
something like that.
disaster,
Right.
recovery, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to go through and use tools, all this kind of thing. Very interesting to watch. I've only seen some clips of it here, but yeah, they have to get in and drive a little mobile. What is this? It's a vehicle. A vehicle of
golf
some
cart.
sort. But for as cool as it is to watch that, you can also scroll down here and watch robots falling down.
Oh, the blooper reel.
Yeah, the blooper reel says like,
Oh.
It's like, oh, sand. Sand? You can't just, doorknob.
Oh.
I didn't turn the doorknob.
Call doorknob. Oh, stair.
Stairs.
Just
and
one
then
step.
It goes flying. And imagine, the amount of development and research.
They even fall like real people.
Yeah.
Like that was a drunk guy. That was totally a drunk guy.
Was happening there. And then,
That guy just passed out.
this is just some uneven ground, and they
Just
just
been
go
shot.
toppling over. So this is kind of, yeah.
Look at this one. Look at this one. He starts jittering. Like,
a
stage fright.
little spasm, and then you just fall right out.
Yeah, I've done that before.
But but the point that I'm getting at here though is that the South Korean team won, and
Damn South Koreans.
No, there's nothing wrong
I know what you mean, Paul. I hate him too.
with South Koreans, Kyle. That's-
Totally agree. I couldn't
the
agree with
point.
you more in your hatred towards. South Korea.
The point is, if I could open this stinking straw poll
Oh,
and get it caught, because this is sword fight, right? Everyone knows how sword fight works.
yeah.
We're gonna ask you the question that we ourselves discuss, and I'm gonna post it in chat right now.
I feel like this is a sword fight on easy mode.
This is on easy mode. This is on super easy mode.
I'm cool with that.
So Korean super robots, which have clearly
Friend or foe
which have demonstrated their superiority
to the human race.
to the human race in this DARPA project. Friend or foe? So Korean super robots. Which side of this debate do you want to take, Kyle?
I'm gonna say foe.
Foe.
Yes.
Okay.
Not just because they will eventually destroy us all and take over the world, but on their way there, they will be making their own K-pop bands, and will have to be subject to even more K-pop artists and groups that will drive us crazy. I mean, you thought Psy was bad.
I don't know. You don't think Korean super robot K-pop groups could potentially just open a new world of?
Kimchi. Yeah.
Koreans do
You ready
enjoy
for it?
kimchi.
Are you ready for it? Try to argue against that.
That's the summation of your.
That was the
Of your
pinnacle
argument?
of my argument.
Guys, we need your feedback here. So click on that link in chat and let us know what you think about Korean super robots. So Kyle said foe. I'm gonna say friend. Korean super robots are clearly the next step in evolution, and as they've demonstrated in the games here, they're not susceptible to simply falling over while trying to open a door or step out of a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing here is to mention that this is South Korean super robots. See, if we were dealing, actually, no, I'm going to change up my argument here. The reason we need the South Korean super robots is to fight against the North Korean super robots. See, in your little fantasy world where we all rail against the South Korean super robots and destroy them, then suddenly what do you have next? The North Korean super robots take over the world and destroy all of humanity.
So you're just hoping that both like North and South Korean robots just wipe each other out.
I'm saying that
You're talking about genocide.
Look, if you've seen the
White people.
historical.
I swear to God.
Wait.
That's all you need to say. The Achilles heel.
What's shoot? I hate when I can't remember the name of a movie. What's the movie with all the Godzillas that people have to attack? That keep coming. It's not a Godzilla movie, but shoot, it's a cool movie.
Right.
They get in the big.
It's like Transformers
big robots,
versus
fighting.
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Yes. If you've watched the historical documentary Pacific Rim, then you've seen the classic standoff happen in the past, which is that in order to fight against something that is large and dangerous, you need more large and more dangerous robots.
Right.
And that is, I think, something that the South Korean super robots can only supply to us. And that is why they're our friends. We must ally with them. We must join. We must join the Korean super robots.
Okay, well, let's see what the audience thought.
All right.
See if
this is the best sword fight ever.
Yes, it is.
We'll just go ahead and refresh. Pull that up on the screen, and we'll see the results.
For the win.
Wow, this is very close.
Wow.
All right,
Okay.
they should all be destroyed.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, see, you guys are gonna.
K-pop ends now.
You guys are gonna feel the pain when
The North Korean
the
robots.
North Korean super robots show up. But
Put it in your
that's
butt.
all right. I won't say that I didn't warn you.
Wait.
I mean, I will say that I won't not warn you.
Just
All
wait
right.
till the North Korean robots bend us over and have their way with us. It'll be we'll call it the Pacific Rim Job War for years.
That's terrible.
On that note,
I changed my mind. They are foes.
um,
All right,
against them.
one more straw poll question we need to argue here,
okay.
which is I'm just going to post in chat so everyone can get on this, which is, should Paul go to sleep now? Now,
Yes. Yes, you should.
we have a few
I should go to sleep too.
we have a few options here. One,
But not together.
yes, sleep is best. Two, only if it's Tuesday.
That would be
Third option is a nap would be a better idea.
sensing a trend
And
here.
then fourth is sleep is for the weak.
All
week.
Hmm.
I thought that was
Wow.
kinda clever.
Which one will you argue, Paul?
Well, Kyle, I think you should start. I'm just gonna lay my head down for a second
God damn.
and just rest my eyelids for a moment.
Well,
This
I've never felt so conflicted during a sword fight before because I have to say I agree with all of them.
you agree with every single one?
Every single one.
Oh,
They somehow all make sense
they all make sense.
at the same time.
All right, all right. So, point being, sword fight. Yay, sword fight.
Yay!
If you guys want to vote on that one, you can. Since obviously that was a facetious question,
Of course.
and
They both were.
we're running out of steam here. No, we're not running out of steam. We have one last segment to talk about. I'll try to come back to the straw poll if I remember it. But we do have Q&A that we always do at the end of every show, usually, right? So if you guys have questions, ask them in chat.
And ask them quickly
And ask
because
them
I have
quickly.
about 3 minutes left before I piss
Kyle
all
has
over
to pee,
myself.
and we're also going to go to sleep.
No.
'Cause that
Well,
was,
you are. You can.
As a result
I
of
will
the poll.
I'm gonna go eat.
You're gonna eat
And pee more.
Actually, that would be good. That's another effect
Food.
that I've noticed of jet lag. So like, if you don't get enough sleep, like if I wake up super early, if I only get like 3-4 hours or something like that, like I can offset it by eating. This is the same reason why they have craft services on movie sets. Is because
Sleep-deprived people need
yeah,
to
it's
eat.
because if you're working 14, 16-hour days, eating food is a way to kind of like at least offset the. I mean, long term, you shouldn't do that. But I've been just hungry. Like when I've been awake, I'm just like every 2 hours, I'm like I feel like I need another full meal.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to do that.
Makes
Carlo
sense.
Glutia asks, when does 390X come out? we're thinking soon.
June 16th is when it's released.
That's release date. That's when they're available.
That's
for
what
sale?
I've read from articles.
Okay.
Yeah, that also happens to be the day that AMD's doing their PC Gamer event at E3.
They're doing the E3
I think they're
thing.
using that as an opportunity, just like Nvidia did with their 980 Ti. They released it during Computex. AMD's doing the same thing with the 300 series.
Yes.
Or at least 300
All right. So Kian9 asked, Paul, did someone send you to China and Tibet, or did you fund Computex yourself? The China and Tibet thing was a vacation. Computex always occurs on my wedding anniversary, so that's why I've done some trips kind of tied to it, like kind of in the same area. Like 2 years ago, my wife and I went and spent a week in Taiwan prior to Computex. I did a vlog on it. Anyway, that's the reason why I did a vacation right before Computex. Computex itself, I did have sponsors for MSI, G-Skill, and Cooler Master. So they helped fund the trip, just to, I mean, basically to pay for my the flight and the stay there, so that it was financially feasible for me to do a trip like that and be gone for a while.
Sponsors are good.
Yes, sponsors are good for that sort of thing. And I still have more Computex videos coming, so guys, check them out because they're fun.
Do it.
Yeah.
Creeper Krieger, Kyle, how is the pee building up in your body? Quite horribly.
Oh yes, quite horribly.
Zachamus, how bad do you need to pee right now? Drink more. Very badly. No, I will not. Kyle, why is your bladder so small? Genetics.
Rebel
And I'm running out of
2302
time.
asks, did I get to see the EVGA 980 Ti Kingpin? I didn't go to EVGA. That was one of the ones I missed.
Really?
There was a few that I missed that I wanted to go to, and it was just I ran out of time, and yeah, I didn't get to EVGA. I didn't actually go to Intel, which was kind of weird.
Huh.
Where else? I didn't go to Fantex either. I was trying to set up something with Fantex. but
Fantex would've been
that
cool.
Didn't end up going to.
I didn't see
Yeah, I
much
mean,
coverage from
being only one person, there's only so many places I can go. So
that. Right.
there were definitely some that I didn't go to, but there's a lot of places that I did go to as well.
Very cool.
Degenerate Things asks, how's my wife's tech knowledge? It's quite good.
Yeah.
She probably wouldn't want to go and just build a computer by herself, although she probably could. But like she's like upgraded her own video card before. Back when we were dating, she did that, and she had got it, and I was like, oh, I'll come over like the day after tomorrow. I'll be over and I'll install it. And then she was like, I installed it. I was like, sweet.
Marry me.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And I asked her to marry me the next day.
Favorite cheese?
Favorite cheese? The Brie 86.
Brie?
No, that's a Rescue Rangers reference.
Oh. Don't know.
Monty? No? Okay.
Am I too young?
No, that's very, very obscure.
Oh, okay.
I think. But my favorite cheese?
I like Swiss a lot.
There's a Rembrandt Gouda that I really enjoy.
Gouda's delicious.
It's kind of a harder Gouda.
Yeah.
I think it's a Gouda. It's Rembrandt.
Rembrandt.
It's like it's got these little
The mouth?
like almost teeny little crispy bits in it. It's really
Ooh, like a little calcium buildup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
That stuff's good.
That stuff's awesome.
Yep.
Yes, Monterey Jack. That's right. No, that's the character's name in Rescue Rangers.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I've
You've
seen
never
it.
ever seen Rescue Rangers?
What is it? Maybe I have.
Really?
Maybe I have.
So you
Well,
know the
explain.
character's Chip and Dale, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers was a sort of Chip and Dale specialty
I think
cartoon
I
that they
have
made.
seen
It was on Disney Afternoon.
I'd only seen bits and pieces.
Yeah, I
of it,
mean,
though.
no,
Never.
you were either not born or very young when it was actually
Right.
on, but yeah.
Good to know.
What happened?
Dubliner. Dubliner is my favorite cheese.
When will we get an Awesome Hardware shirt?
Soon.
Soon.
Our t-shirt guy's got a big event that he's going to. He's going to be booked till the 22nd of this month, and then he's got to wrap some stuff up. But maybe within the next month.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, LMGs, they're making some stuff. We're going to stick with shirts and glasses, at least for now. But who knows, maybe in the future. Tech Syndicate is also, they're making some mouse pads.
Mm.
I think they were looking at some other stuff too. Darkwing Duck, oh yeah. That was classic.
Duck.
Uh,
Yeah.
Kyle, you have seen Chippendales dancers in Vegas.
No. I haven't. Although maybe I will for my bachelor party.
Jay the Tech is asking i7 5775C or i5 5675C. Oh, any reviews coming soon? I don't think I have a review. I haven't heard from Intel as far as sampling goes.
Right.
Those are honestly some pretty weird chips.
Yeah.
They seem very expensive to me.
Yeah.
For what you get. They're actually lower TDP than like the 4790K. So yeah.
And have they verified if they're quad core?
They're quad core, yeah.
Yeah, so
It's just like the other ones. There's the i5 is a quad core without hyperthreading, and the i7 is a quad core with hyperthreading. I mean, they have like fancy Intel, the newer Intel
features and stuff.
graphics,
Iris.
and you know
Pro.
they're supposed to be overclockable and stuff. They seemed expensive.
You can get a 3820K.
Yeah.
So, or 5820K, sorry. 5820K for about the price of a 5775C.
Mm.
And geez, that's such a long... Adding sevens, you should never add sevens because it's
Yeah,
two syllables.
I hate the name of
The
them.
5775C, that's
Yeah. If you're really...
Stop.
I mean, wait.
Stop.
I'd say wait for Skylake right now if you're looking at that. Because Skylake's only supposed to be a couple months out. Do you think there'll be a refresh of X99 motherboards with USB Type-C support? Yes, there already have been.
Yep.
That was the story of every motherboard manufacturer at Computex was we are the very first person with USB 3.1. And they were all the very first with USB 3.1. And I think pretty much every one of them either had an actual updated X99 board with the USB, and a lot of them are trying to do USB 3.1 Type A and Type C, so you kind of got your bases covered. If they didn't update the board itself and redo some traces or add a controller or something, they were at least doing a newer version that had an add-on card, which, you know, I'd rather have it on the board, but you know, add-on card still gives you that functionality.
Z170 boards, any with DDR3. To my knowledge, they're going to be supporting both DDR3 and DDR4, not at the same time.
It's up to the manufacturer.
It's up to the manufacturer.
Which they integrate. All of the boards I saw were DDR4. There are a few boards that have DDR3, but those will be geared more towards the budget. So there's a B150 chipset as well. That's kind of the, I forget what the equivalent is, like B85 or something. But that's like a little bit cut down, so there'll be some budget boards based on that. I wouldn't look for any like high-end or even like mainstream boards with DDR3. I think those are mostly going to be geared towards budget. This is the crossover for DDR4. So
Define R5 or Silent Base 800, both excellent cases. I think it boils down to aesthetics. Yeah. Also, the Define R5 is a bit more. It's a little smaller than the Silent Base. The Silent Base 800 is a pretty large case.
The Silent Base is like thinner, but the Definer 5 is like thicker.
The thing about the Silent Base 800 is that like its feet kind of fan out a little bit, so it takes up a little bit more floor space than the Definer 5, which is just kind of like a slab. It really depends on preference. They're both great cases. They're both very silent.
Yeah.
And good function. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
We answered your questions enough for one night. You don't want to hear from us all night.
Hopefully.
Did a good job.
All right.
I'm going to play with
this. Well, guys, thank you. Hey, chill. Thank you all for joining today for Awesome Hardware.
It's been
fun. We'll be back again next week on Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's Wednesday morning at 12:30 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time. So if that helps.
What time is it in Taiwan? Go.
I don't know.
Okay.
Tomorrow. It's tomorrow in Taiwan.
Future.
Yeah, so we'll be back next week. I will be jet lag free, hopefully. Yeah, I should be jet lag free by then. Yeah. So we'll be a little bit more normal of a show. Oh, we still have Q&A up. I'll switch back.
Take that shit down.
But thanks all you guys for joining us and watching today. And for watching the show.
Are you doing an after party?
I want to.
Okay.
But we have to wait and see, I think.
Okay.
Because
You're weak. I get it.
If I crash and my eyes start closing, I might not be able to. But I'll do my best. I'll be tweeting about it. So
I will probably be playing at some point tonight. So if you guys want to stick around for another hour to an hour and a half, I'll be gaming, streaming on my Twitch channel, my personal one, twitch.tv/awesomesaucenetwork. I know the name. I know the name of my channel.
And if I do, I'll tweet about it, and I'm on twitch.tv/PaulsHardware.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button, and we'll see you all next week.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Have a good one.